I am back. Yes, indeed, I am back. I know. I'm back. I know. Nobody missed me. I know. I get it. I wouldn't miss me too. But you know what? After casting the PUBG Mobile World League, which I'm just gonna get that flex out of the way. I'm back streaming a little bit of PUBG Mobile action in the form of scrims, but these are pretty cool because these are PMCO scrims for the EU region. So teams that have qualified for the full split are participating in these scrims. Pretty much all the teams, as far as I know, are competing in these scrims. So yeah, we have a. we have a few teams playing, as you can see in front of you. We have a couple of really awesome teams. So Laka Nostra, Universe, Team Fire, the Noisy Boys, Godsent, Team Dope, Clay Alpha, Scrim Farm, Time to Shine, TSC Legends, Gaijin, Red Reserve Gun, Be My Loot, Team Push, and Romanian Squad. So a good few of these teams I am already familiar with. But there's also teams that I'm not familiar with. And there's players I'm not familiar with. And there's rosters who are a little bit different. So I'm really excited. Of course, you have the stables, which is the Noisy Boys and Red Reserve. Those would be the two biggest teams that I would know of overall coming into this. But then you also have Laka Nostra, right? You know, Laka Nostra Power coming in front of Spring Split with an evolved roster, but it is of course a relatively new roster. So that's something that's gonna have to be that they're gonna have to be aware of. Now I just want to make sure that I have the volume okay. I might turn it down a little bit because I think it's a bit loud. There you go, it should be a little bit better. But yeah, as I get ready to switch it in, I'm gonna be starting in the next 30 seconds. Definitely curious to see who is who's supporting who in terms of the chat, if there is anybody watching, of course. I know it's been a while since I've streamed. It's been a good month, nearly a month and a half, so I don't expect anybody to tune in. Plus there's a lot going on in the world of streaming at the moment, so yeah. But either way, I'm definitely excited to see what the teams are going to be able to do on these screens. So let's change my scene to this and let's have a look at what we are looking in terms of the playing path. Pretty split down the middle for now. Nothing too crazy going from north to south. Relatively easy playing path for all teams depending on where they like to drop. And it's something that I'm going to have to get used to more in terms of where the teams are dropping, where they like to drop. Hopefully, Touchwood might be casting the PMCO EU for the full split, so that's why it's super important for me to hey Elod PUBG Mobile. There is a 3-minute delay as well on the stream, so anything that you see is 3 minutes after I am broadcasting it live. So Team Dope going to Severny, bit of a passive start for them. Not going to be too bad indeed. I'm just going to move this over because, hey, Sumai Yargwal, just because I want to try and get a bit more of a, hey, Docfire, how are you getting on? Much love to you. Yeah, Red Reserve are going to be dropping towards North George, with, which is pretty normal. They moved, their drop spot from Severny to North George. The Noisy Boys going to be landing around Pachinki area. Actually, no, maybe towards Gaka. A good few teams going to be dropping towards Military Island. 2 teams going to Military Base. That's going to be Team 17, which is Team Push, as well as the side of Scrim Farm. Scrim Farm, formerly Scrim Farm Throne, formerly Sweet Chili Sensations, and of course, you have a little bit of previous team hate. There's a lot of intertwined there in terms of we see Calamos is trialing, I think, for Scrim Farm. Formerly the Noisy Boys didn't seem to gel with the team. So let's see what goes on. Phase on circle. I try not to focus too much on the early game fights. I try to give a bit of an idea for these teams to look back on the VOD, see where the circle is, and see where they'll be rotating through. But I gotta keep an eye in terms of the early damage that's going on between the side of Team 3, which is Universe, and Team 15, which is Gun. Mamula, Herbs, Zaniel, and Outro. Once again, an evolved Gun roster. Do have Mamula and Herbs, which I am aware of. Outro, I'm not too familiar with them, and I do know of Zaniel, but not too much. Hey, negative space. But we see Sunshot right now is behind that vehicle. Getting a bit of information because he hears the footsteps of Outro and Zaniel. Error is across the way. Now, Error is pinched between Mamula and Herbs, and that's something I kind of worry about. Smoke is being thrown out, I think, by Sunshot. Try and create a bit more of a space if he wants to move to the building. The good thing for Sunshot, he does have the cover fire of Gold Touch and Dizzy, which is somewhat helping him. Definitely going to be up to Gold Touch, and that's where Gold Touch from across the way was able to get a lovely spray with the Uzi. Now he's going to send himself forward. Some early game action. Going to create a bit of confidence for Sunshot to try to push his way in. But is he going in a little bit too aggressively? We'll have to just turn the volume down just a bit. Nice. Drop shot by Sunshot and towards Daniel. Now this is going to be Herbs with the shotgun in his hand. Sunshot is going to go and look for the shots onto Herbs. This is going to be a lovely shot onto Herbs. Connect those kills. And that leaves Mamula on his own. Wow. What a great engagement by Universe in the early game. In Milta. All it took was that one knockdown, and they took advantage of that, right? They took the opportunity, and they got a nice 3-kill on it. Really great teamwork, communication from Universe. That's pretty impressive. I believe Error is formerly from La Canostra, but Mamula is going to be able to get a shot and a kill on towards Sunshot. That's something that you do have to be aware of, is that you can't presume that you know exactly where they are, so you can't be too clearly out in the open. So as much as it was great by Universe, slightly poor mistake to be out in the open has left them with one man down. But at least they do know where Mamula is, but they are right now a little bit separated. Let's take it over to another area of this game right now. La Canostra are going to be in Roshawk. Teamed up in Severny. So with it being such a northerly phase on circle, it does give a little bit easier rotation for the teams on the east and the southeast. So Gun, Universe, considering Gun survive along with Team 16, which is Be My Loot, and Team 13, which is Gaijin. It's going to be nice easy rotation. For the side of Team 12 and Team 5, which is Team Fire and TSC Legends, in theory they don't have to move away from Yasnaya, but of course it would be optimal. Maybe go to the river part, that compound that's to the north of the river of Yasnaya. Godsend, they I believe got a couple of early kills with Marley, Reeves, Zuku, and Pyrex. I think Pyrex is trialing for the team, if I'm not mistaken. Feels pretty good, Docfire, to be back on my PC casting Pro EU and casting scrims, to be honest. You never forget where you come from, right? You never forget in terms of, you know, how you move, you know, kind of going back to basics somewhat. And doing what you can to, yeah, be on the grind. The noisy boys inside Gaka, they've yet to really start moving. The blue zone is going to start closing in the next 40 seconds, so it's not going to be too bad. Rose Reserve coming in from North George Paul will have a nice easy rotation across the north of the river, but they will have to be aware that La Canostra power could be close by to them. Remember, Gaijin has been knocked down, leaving just Meow left standing. Where is Lord, actually? Yeah, Lord is inside. He's going to get punched. Yep. Fisted by, yep. By Kaji. Hey, look. It is what it is. But, the battle inside Military Island is between the side of Scrim Farm and Clay. Clay Alpha. Jody's knocked down. Jody's across the bridge. He's on his own. Jaja is in the bridge. Yeah, this is what I was thinking about with Red Reserve. They have to be careful when they're rotating like that. It's all well and good being early, but you really got to be careful in terms of when you're sweeping in from the west. They've basically paid the price by having a player go down, and that's something that they'll have to learn from. Chill's on the K-Last now, so let's bring on over to there. I don't get why they went so close to that. If you knew one player was down, that was kind of continuing poor mistakes from Red Reserve overall. Not to be too harsh, but it's great. Although that kill was taken away by Herb, Lacanostra will know that, so they'll have to react to that. Having Chills in their side for Lacanostra power is definitely something big, right? Chills is regarded as one of the best snipers in European PUBG Mobile right now, and he is regarded as one of the most intelligent players and experienced in PUBG Mobile, especially in Europe. So I'm excited to see what he can do with Lacanostra power coming into the full split. They're a very, very determined team. They're a very determined clan. They have a lot of support as well, and they want to live by that support. They want to live up to that support. Harb is a little bit pinched on his own behind the rock, but he's been able to hold out on towards his own as the rest of his team, Bazzi and Slobos, is providing that cover fire for the grad shots coming through. I'm just going to turn this down a little bit more because I think it's a little bit too loud. There you go. Might be a little bit better for you guys. Hope that's okay. Hope it's not too quiet now. These Reserve have been able to get away from that, in fairness, and because Team Dope are a 3-man team, they're going to have to be aware of that and be a little bit careful. You see, Team 12 only started with 2 players. It's a little bit of a big fat rip overall. Means that in theory, it's going to be a bit easier for the side of Team Fire. With Titan, Wazzo, and Tamco left standing. They did lose Barracuda earlier on. AWM Ditati, I do know from the spring split of PMCO. Not gonna lie, I don't remember what team he played for, but he did play in the PMCO spring split. Hey, Agon, how are you getting on? Hey, Nari. Shots are gonna go through. Hades is gonna get knocked out. It's gonna be up to AWM Ditati going through. Pre-fire coming out, but Ditati doesn't connect with all those shots. Now I'm gonna look to use a first aid kit. DB28 isn't the best close range weapon, although it does have 47 bullets in the clip. It's not as fast fire close range as the likes of Newsy, and the man advantage proves too much. Nice push by Team Fire. Takes advantage. That's going to be the end of that team. That's going to leave 11 teams left in this game heading into this phase 2. So we are down on teams overall, in fairness. So there is obviously a lot more landmass available for these teams to push their way into the circle. You can see it's a little bit quiet across the field. Team Push, Team Dope, and Lacanostra Power are pretty close by, with the Noisy Boys up north of them. The 2-man team remaining of Red Reserve are going to be outside Severny, being out of sight, out of mind, along with Team 16 coming in from the east. That's going to be My Loot. Meow's the last player standing for engaging. They got punished by Be My Loot earlier on. And then this fight between Universe and Scrim Farm is still kind of going. Actually, no, my apologies. No. What am I saying? Universe landed in Milta. It was Scrim Farm that took out another team and won the battle of Milta. So that's pretty good. Just kind of calm before the storm. The quietness as the blue zone closes in. Let's give it a bit of an overview of how these teams are moving in. Because like I said, I always like to give something that the teams can look back on as any kind of research on the other teams. I know these are just scrims and it doesn't tell the whole story, but if it helps build any kind of knowledge.
Thank
like,
you for
look
the
at,
follow and welcome
for example,
to the Ginger Club.
as Phase 2 has popped up and it shifts down towards the southwest, as an idea, Zuko is sent forward from Godsend to be that little bit of a scout, which is instantly given information for the rest of the Godsend team that there's an area inside the circle that is free to move on to. It's going to give them information. Of course, with it shifting down towards the southwest, there is a river in play, so teams will have to navigate and decide where exactly they want to go. Yeah, the circle favors the north of the river, but with Phase 2 shifting down southwest, Phase 3 could do the same. So Roshawk pushed by Godsend would be really favorable, as Universe are going to go right a little bit too close on towards the edge of Yasnaya, and will come a little bit close to Team 5, but no shots being fired too much by Team Fire, which is kind of ironic considering the name of their team. Like, it's a nice clean rotation from Scrim Farming Universe, right? It's intelligent, it makes sense. You don't really expect a team to be in Yasnaya at that stage of the game. I don't think it would really be that common. I know Phase 1 was quite heavily on the east, but, you know, so still nice rotation for Universe and Scrim Farm coming in from the east around Yasnaya, so that's really good to see. Yeah, Godsend aren't fully committing to Roshawk. They're choosing to go towards the small compounds that outside Roshawk, which does still give a little bit of core information on what's happening across the bridge. Zuko can always then send himself across the way, which is exactly what he's doing, to once again do a bit of scouting. You know, you don't want to scout too far forward, especially coming into Phase 2, Phase 3 onwards, but having that decent bit of information is pretty good. Team push on the north of them. Lackanoster Power will be aware. Team Fire, that garage area by the river is pretty valuable. Although I'm not a huge fan of being by the river or being at this garage area, even though it is pretty popular. But they're able to spot a couple of members of Lackanoster.
Thank you for the
Power.
follow and welcome to the Ginger Club.
You can hear the bolt action shots being fired through. Teams are definitely getting closer together as Era gets a knockdown onto Calamos.
Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Ginger
That's going to
Club.
be a confirmation coming through. So even though Scrim Farm got ahead of Universe on their rotation, they've been punished and they're being brutalized by two teams. Era on the top, high ground, just underneath Stallbar. And then you do have the side of Team 16, Be My Loot, down below in the compound. Jody has nowhere to go, really. Navy is further away from him. Scrim Farm not looking good in the spot that they're currently in. There is Jaja a little bit further ahead as well. So I feel like Jody's just a bit of a sitting duck. It's a matter of when, not if. The Noisy Boys has Ked knocked down. But Meow's going to get clapped back on, and that's going to be end of Gaijin. So return fire to return kill by the Noisy Boys, but at least keep Ked alive and keep them up as a three-man team as they started.
Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Ginger Club.
Definitely a lot more action potentially across the river. That 2-2 split by Godsend is interesting. I think considering the amount of players left in the lobby, it makes sense. It's okay. If there's another 10, 15 players, I would not recommend it. But they know that because there's more landmass available for these teams and for these players, that it's just a more viable strategy to go for a 2-2 split. And that's adapting, right? You got to be able to adapt to the amount of players that are left in the lobby. You got to be able to adapt to the what the circle throws at you and where you are currently located within that circle. And that's kind of what I feel Godsend are doing without seeing their full play styles, just based on what's going on. Of course, with the blue zone closing in, we will see Phase 3 in the next minute or so. Thank you very much, guys, for all the follows and for all the support over on Twitch. It really means a lot. Team Pusher to the west of Godsend. Let's have a little bit of an idea of their perspective. Out in the open, as well as that compound, it gives them a lot of high ground, a lot of information. Coming into the next circle, you see the scouting coming out onto Bobby with that scope. And that's pretty good by Team Push. They're not going too aggressive, but they're still being aware. Overall, the team's positions, bar, of course, you know, Jody from Scrim Farm, all teams, although I don't really get Bobby wrapping around. Is he gonna look for a bit of a surprise rotation? Is he doing a bit of scouting? I'm really interested to see why he's actually going for a high ground just outside slow bar position. Well, we do see the next phase centering up. It goes north of the river, so teams will be pretty happy about that, right? Because they know that the river isn't in play. It's definitely north of the river. We can assume our position based on this circle shift. There's no doubt in play on whether we need to go one side or the other. Of course, the next challenge is finding spot within the north of the river, as Team Dope and the Noisy Boys are primed pretty nicely inside the circle on this phase.
Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Ginger Club.
Scrim Farm, even though they're up as a 3-man team, they only really have 2 players that are safely near each other. Although credit where credit is due to Jody, he's sticking things out as a Jeezy inside that buggy is gonna get shots fired at him. Gonna stick to the low ground just outside Severny, prone himself down. He will be giving information to the rest of his team. Will they be actually going for? Okay, I'm a little bit surprised that they're going for such a north rotation outside Severny. I think that's a bit risky, especially as you've given your position away. Let's see how it worked for Lacanostra Power. Godsend having that really nice spread as a full squad. But this is the push by the side of Team 16. But Bobby is knocked down. Bobby's going to get confirmed, in Universe 7 are trying to hold on. Of course, the revives coming through. Actually, no, not quite. Because actually, no. Sorry, the revives are not going through.
Welcome to the Ginger Club.
Goldtouch is now the last player standing. He's up on top of the hill. He's going to loot up the player they took down, as Team Fire are going to come in as well. Jody was knocked down. He couldn't do much. It's going to come down to really Sultan and Goldtouch. Can he beat the Sultan and swing on towards Universe and swing the fight in his favor? The low ground is favoring him as he looks to try and wrap up the hill. Cook up a grenade. It's in the wrong direction for now. Try and confirm the kill on the Dizzy. That's good. But Goldtouch is now aware of his position of Sultan's movement. He's prone down.
Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Ginger Club.
He doesn't know exactly where Goldtouch is. As the rest of his team looks to arrive to try and provide that numbers advantage, along with Kajadi, they're going to look to just peek up on towards the hill. Goldtouch is prone down. In amongst the grass, he's waiting and biding his time, hoping that one of them peeks her head a little bit too much. Of course, the longer he leaves her, the longer the less chance he has of taking any kind of control in this fight, because Andy is joining up as well, and he's gonna hear the vehicle of that US coming in from behind as Andy wraps up. Let's not forget though, they're outside the circle, so really for decide to be my loot. There you go. Shots are being found. Goldtouch is being taken out. Now you gotta try and find a way inside the circle. I gotta think, was it worth it? I don't think it was worth it. Hey, Runak Sarkar. I gotta think, was it worth it? I don't think it was really worth it. You know? I don't really think it's worth it, because now they're gonna be somewhat camped by Team Fire in the compound down below. Yeah, they're gonna see. Surely he's gotta see Kajadi. No, not quite. Not quite with the Car 98. Nice by Godsend. They sent back and took down a member of Team Dope earlier on in the kill feed. Bazzy taken out, leaves Harbs and Slowbos left standing up in this game. Godsend, they did lose 2 players and had 1 knocked down. Because of that, I don't know if it's because of Noisy Boys or Team Dope, but their circle shifts over towards the east, putting the 2 players of Scrim Farm in a spot on the north of the circle. Tamco of Team Fire has been knocked down. This is pretty good for the side of Team 16, Be My Loot. Man, this is pretty good by them. I like how somewhat calculated they are. So they got the knockdown, which isn't necessarily the fact that they want to take advantage of it, but now they can kind of create a little bit more space from that knockdown to move into the circle. So that's pretty good by Be My Loot. The Noisy Boys are going to try and find a way in, holding on to the northwestern edge of the circle for now. They could choose to stay around here, because you do get a decent bit of information. They know that the remaining players of Godsend are close by, and they might want to try and confirm the kills onto them, as Savage X with the M24 tries to find either Marley or Reeves. Of course, Marley and Reeves coming from the former... well, Reeves is formerly Cream, and Marley is formerly of Elevate, if I'm not mistaken.
Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Ginger Club.
So Ked scouted quite a little bit forward, which is a bit risky at this stage of the game. But once again, because of the players that are left in the lobby, only 25 players up, it's okay because he knows there's more landmass available. And because he's by a shack, it's really not that bad. The fact that the rest of the team hasn't joined up is pretty good as well. But now Team Push are going to be put under pressure as Rux is going to get the knockdown onto Mario. Sports is going to get taken out. Leaves just Claw and Bobby left standing for the side of Team Push. When you're coming in from outside the circle, it's very risky to move in like that. Jeezy is going to get taken out by a member of Red Reserve. That's pretty good by Victor. Puts Lackanoster Power under pressure. Bobby just drives on forward with his vehicle, but is now going to be put under a lot of pressure by the side of Gonset and the Noisy Boys, with Ross getting another knockdown onto Bobby. If you knew they were there, I don't know why you rotated with your vehicle in that direction. Savage X going to confirm that kill, which is pretty nice. Red Reserve out in the open, but they are inside the circle. They're somewhat separated. They did get knocked down onto a member of Lackanoster Power, who are feeling the heat on the edge of the circle. Lackanoster Power are least protected by Team Fire. The circle goes in the favor of actually the side of Be My Loot, who are now right in the picking to get kills on the side of Team Fire, Red Reserve, and Lackanoster Power. I want to know what is going to happen. How are these teams going to play their current positions? Because it's quite an open field ending, right? You can see it right below. There's a couple of trees, a little bit of crevice in play. Ked with his position inside the circle earlier on in the previous phase is at least given a decent bit of vision. A Scrim Farm is going to be pushed on towards the Noisy Boys. They went for the same shot, but one got there earlier. That was the Noisy Boys. They take down Scrim Farm, and that's going to be a Noisy Boys surviving and holding on to that little shack inside the circle. Victor is going to get knocked down, leaving Frost on his own by the edge of the road, fighting for his life with grenades being flying out. He's pinched in between three teams right now. He's got nowhere really to go. He's not inside the circle. It's not looking good for him. 8 teams left, 19 players. Ked hung back. The Noisy Boys have found a place inside the circle. Team Dope are now the only team that are on the south tip of the circle with a lot of information in front of them. Team Fire are on the high ground, which is great at this late stage of the game. As Red Reserve goes down. Actually, no, it's just going to be Frost confirmed. Yeah, no, it's going to be Red Reserve taken down. Chills gets knocked down by the Noisy Boys. That's going to be something Lackanoster Power are going to have to be aware of. Godsend are now inside. No, they're just outside the circle. And, Team Fire looking for the members of Lackanoster. Nice play was with the Uzi. That's a great knockdown. Leaves Jeezy now left on his own, left standing as the last player of Lackanoster Power. Be My Loot still sitting inside this shack, still is sitting inside this compound. The Noisy Boys also staying inside the circle for now. Team Fire spread out quite nicely, moving on from up the hill down into the circle. So the high ground is favoring Team Fire, but the compound is favoring Be My Loot. Of course, not only do they have the compound, they also have the wall that they can look to peek and shoot from. You can see that's happening right now as Jeezy is going to get taken down by the blue zone, if not by Tamco of Team Fire. Be My Loot are going to have to be aware of that as the circle does shift down south right in the favor of Team Dope. They've been gifted the circle, although Godsent are proning their way through. Reeves going to be the snake as the members of Godsent. Marty's going to do a little bit of scouting, bit of information being found as he tries to find Ked. Ked's under a lot of pressure. Ked might pay the price. No, he won't. The U is being blown up, but he's at least being able to throw out his smoke. That forward thinking play by the Noisy Boys, honestly, is too easy at this stage of the game because everybody else is being relatively passive. And that's just giving so much more freedom for the Noisy Boys to control the circle. They're an incredibly powerful team. They know what they can do. They know how they can control this game. And let's see what kind of result they can get. Let's not forget that they did start as a 3-man team, right? There's no Agon playing on their side. And they're still controlling this game really well. They've reacted to the circle shifts really effectively. And it's great to see them play. I expect really strong things from them coming into the full split of PMCO. 5 teams left, 13 players. Blue Zone's closing in the next couple of seconds. Team Dope have allowed Reeves to get a little bit too close to comfort in my eyes. Smoke being thrown up by Reeves to try and provide a bit more cover. But he has to be aware of the fact that the Noisy Boys are in front of him. I think Reeves is aware of that. AKM and Scope get a little bit of information. Will also Be My Loot now pushing in. The Sultan is going to be a bit of a third party. Reeves is going to be put down to low health. He's able to get a knockdown and a kill onto Sultan while staying alive. Marley's behind him. The blue zone's closing in. Next phase is going to be popping up at phase 7. It does favor the side of Dope and more importantly, Godsend. But Reeves hasn't got much to play with so far. Marley gets a knockdown on the Harb. No meds for Reeves. That's all the health he has. He has to be aware of it. Harb gets confirmed by Rugs. Kill stolen away. Leaves Slobos left standing. The good thing is that because it was Harb who was by the side of that electricity pillar, that essentially gives that little bit more space for Marley to get close to the circle, but he has to move from behind that pole to in any way get into the circle. The biggest push is going to be aside for Team Fire. We did lose Lacunostra power early on. 4 teams left, should I say. 9 players up. 3 for the Noisy Boys. 4 for Team Fire. 1 for Team... Actually, 3 for Team Fire. 1 for Team Dope. And 2 for Godsend. Behind the rock, the Noisy Boys goes. Still has a US to play with as well, which is absolutely fantastic. See, now's the time where they're spreading themselves out, but not too far away. They're still close by. As Savage X gets knocked down, the revive could come through. But Godsend, Reeves trying to look for the confirmation to try and take a body away from this lobby. Savage X does indeed get confirmed by Tamco. That's nice by Tamco, a player who have noticed is not being afraid to shoot at anybody in front of him. Reeves gets a knockdown onto Ked. That leaves Royals the last player standing. Has it been too early? Too aggressive for the Noisy Boys? Yes, it is, because they get compounded. Titan takes down the last remaining player of the Noisy Boys. Now we have 3 teams left standing. Team Fire coming in from the blue. They're gonna go down. Now comes down to these 2 teams who started and ended up on the southern tip of these circles. It's 2v1. The blue zone closing in. Godsend should get the win in the next couple of seconds, but Slobos was able to get a first aid off. Time's ticking down. That's gonna be the end of the game. That's gonna be Godsend claiming chicken dinner for game 1 with a 7-kill game. Of course, the circle towards the end did favor them somewhat, right? They were able to control, and Reese did such good work. The Noisy Boys went away from it. The Noisy Boys chose to come in from the west because he saw those two teams were relatively close to each other. And yeah, it was great play by Godsend. Overall 7 kills for them. Team Dope coming in second with 3 kills. Team Fire in third with 6 kills. The Noisy Boys in fourth with 8 kills. Honestly, I think they'll actually be a little bit disappointed with that. To be honest, because yeah, I think they'll be a little bit disappointed with that. 93 viewers, what the hell? Be My Loot is in 5th.
Thank you for the follow. With, welcome to the Ginger
325527 said do 9 kills, great for them. From Be My Loot. Team Push in 6th with 0 kills. In 7th was Laka Nostra Power. Does it look to just put some music on? Red Reserve in 8th with 0 kills. Scrim Farm in 9th with 5 kills. Universe in 10th with 5 kills. 11th was Gaijin with 0 kills. 12th was TSC with 1 kill. 13th was Clay Alpha with 0 kills. And 14th was Gun with 1 kill. Woo! What a start to these Pro EU PMCO scrims. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in, for watching, for supporting the stream. The amount of people that are watching, what the hell? This is crazy. This is crazy. Okay, what the hell is this? I can't skip. It's just this skip thing. I'm gonna have to, yeah. Okay, so that's all good. Yeah, really great game 1. I would like to have seen all 16 teams in the lobby, but I don't think that's going to be the case for these games. But I want to see what's going to come up in game 2, game 3, and of course game 4. 4 games for you guys. This is a 3-minute delay. Welcome to my stream. It's great to be back streaming scrims and of course the Pro EU PUBG Mobile scrims. The amazing Pro EU organization at the forefront of providing scrims for teams in Europe. It's absolutely fantastic to be a part of it and bringing you these games. I'm going to go for a little bit of a quick break, but be back soon for game 2 of 4 in these Pro EU PUBG Mobile EU PMCO scrims. Oh yeah. Sorry for the slight delay in getting the game started. Room had to be restarted, which, you know what? These things happen. It is what it is. We'll get into the second game as soon as possible. Shout out to Smackalot for the subscription. Much appreciated, my friend. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Much love to you. Hope you're doing well. It means a lot. And thank you to everybody for tuning in. Of course, I can see that there's quite a good few amazing Albanian people in the chat. You're all breathtaking, in the words of Keanu Reeves. You're all breathtaking as we look to get into this game in the next probably 2 minutes. You know what? Everybody in chat, doesn't matter where you're from, you're all breathtaking. YouTube, Twitch, doesn't matter. Everybody in the world, you're all breathtaking, okay? You're all Game 1 went over to Godsend. I'm actually surprised I remember that. Normally I don't remember things like that. But it was one of those games I just remember. Maybe my memory's getting better. Who knows? Who knows? I'll have to wait and find out. If I can remember the winner of Game 2, I'll be even happier. I hope that we have big boy amount of players in lobby compared to last game and teams. I can see we have a full Noisy Boys roster, which is nice to see because I want to see what they can do in a game where they're a full roster. It's been a while since I've seen the Noisy Boys play. I know that they've been working on their roster a bit. The Savage X, Ked and Agot has been core 3 for quite a while. They had Calamos for a bit, and I thought he was doing pretty well from what I'd seen from him. As it happens, it just didn't seem to work out. So now they've got Rooks in, and I'm excited to see what Rooks can do. Hashtag Watermelon Gang. Indeed, indeed. Midoriya. Indeed, indeed. Hashtag Watermelon Gang. Bit of a meme from the PUBG Mobile World League, which is amazing to cast. So, but here's the thing: like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter if I'm casting on the biggest stage in the world, so to speak, or from my home, to a couple of people. I still love what I do. I love casting, and I love my job, and that's never gonna stop. Never gonna stop. Yeah. Just waiting to get into this game. Should be starting in the next minute or so. What?
Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Ginger Club.
Okay.
Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Ginger Club.
Just trying to find out what the situation is because I was removed from the room. So I'm just trying to find out what the story is. Yeah, it says I was removed from the room. Hey, Kushtrim. What is going on? Okay. What the hell? Sorry about this, guy's trying to... Interesting. Sorry about this, guys. Really sorry. Yeah, yeah. I need an Albanian passport. Why not? I don't know what's going on. It's kicked me from the room twice now. I don't know what's going on. Huh. Okay, the room is already in progress. I can't do anything about this, guys. I'm really sorry. Oh man, I'm really sorry about this, guys. I don't know. That sucks ass, guys. Sucks absolute ass. Really sorry about this. Absolutely not my fault at all. It full on just kicked me out of the room twice. Oh man. Oh, frick on a stick. You know what? Let's play a game then.
Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Ginger Club. Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Ginger Club.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, guys. Oh, yeah, but I can't really play. I can't really play a classic because I can't really play a classic because oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry, guys. I ask you to still please bear with me. Let's play a game of Livic. For lol.
Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Ginger Club.
Okay, estimated time is like 2 minutes 10. Okay, let's try an Orangle. I'd know. Oh, that's why. Oh, it's because I have FPP. If I go TPP, there you go. That should be a lot easier. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm like so sorry. Yeah, I'm not gonna stop being sorry until we're into the next game.
Well, I'll be the son of a gingerback gorilla. We have a new subscriber.
And then
thank you for your
and
support.
then Anari subscribes.
Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Ginger Club. Oh man,
this movement is. I need to change the sensitivity. Let's try this. Okay, that's better. I'm so sorry, guys.
Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Ginger Club.
Yeah, I had the maps downloaded. It's something I checked.
Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Ginger Club.
Yeah, like. Oh well, let's I've never. Okay. I've never played really on emulator before. Okay. 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 How do I change? Okay. How do I fire? How do I fire?
Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Ginger Club.
Oh no. How do I fire? Do I have to do that?
Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Ginger Club. Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Ginger Club.
I don't know how to shoot! It should be a left click. It should be left mouse click. It should be like a left... Okay. Why are you people still watching me? Hey, bro, what do you think about cheating? This, yeah, it shouldn't happen. I don't know how to shoot. It's meant to be, okay, shooting is meant to be like left mouse click, right?
Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Ginger Club. Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Ginger Club.
How do I like... Oh, I know. Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, so it should... By the way, why are you guys watching me? Like, you know, why are you guys watching me? I just why are you guys still watching me? Like, yeah, why? Oh my lord. I'm so sorry, guys. Oh man. I'll have game 3 up for you guys as quickly as possible. Okay, maybe I should change it to a wrangle. Actually, I'll include a wrangle. Dude, I have the maps downloaded. Easy. In fairness, it's because the game updated for me, so when the game updates, it's something. But it would have told me if I didn't have the map downloaded, so it wasn't really my fault. But fuck it. It doesn't matter. These things happen. Okay. Okay, they're all downloaded now, though. Cool. Oh my god, how long does it take to find a game in emulator, like? Well, really, like, I just don't get, hey, Ben! How you getting on, dude? Okay. No, wait, it's meant to... It's meant to... Huh. Wait. Okay, so I'm following this guy. Okay, let's okay, let's see.
Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Ginger Club. Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Ginger Club.
I can't shoot.
Enemies ahead. Enemies ahead.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave. Fuck this shit. I really should just go in the training room for this, shouldn't I? You know. Okay, let me see what the update is for Hey, Wild Crash, thank you so much for the bits. Here's the thing, I could actually connect my iPad and just like play a quick game on my iPad, but that's just too much effort and I shouldn't have even gotten to this point. So I think it's funnier just to watch me struggle. You know. Thank you, Wild Crash, means a lot. Yeah, I'm aware that I match with other emulator players. What the hell? Now I can't like freaking. Okay, I'm just resetting it. Because at least. Okay, so.
Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Ginger Club.
Okay, so that's the run, and that's. But it should just be like. Like, left click is not shooting? That's weird. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? No, like... It's meant to be like... Okay, let's see if this... Okay, so let's go this. Okay, so if I go this... No. What the hell? It just... No, even when I remove the cursor, it still doesn't like... It's so weird, like... Like, I can do this here. Like, that's meant to be fire. I'm literally pressing on my ASCII. Okay, this is bullshit, man. This is actually bullshit. Like, I can't deal with this game. Why are you people still watching me struggle? Okay, there is a game coming up. I promise. I promise there's a game coming up, guys. I promise there's a game coming up. Oh, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just chilling, waiting for the next game. I'm sorry. Once again, I'm gonna keep on saying sorry until this next game comes up. I did reset the controls. Just play your game and everything is okay, bro. It's I don't know, man. Maybe I should okay. Wait 2 seconds, guys. I have an idea what I'm gonna do. Do 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 do. Okay. This will work now. Okay. So if I show this and then I can open PUBG Mobile. Boom. At least I can actually like entertain you guys for somewhat, even just a minute or so. So yeah, until the code for the next game comes out. Okay. Okay, yeah, I don't care about that. Okay, let's play a Livic match and I'll play auto matching and let's go. Actually, no, I don't want to go Asia. I want to go... Actually, yeah, Europe. No, I can't do that because... Apparently, I've high ping, but I'm in Europe. Okay. See, at least I can actually play some form of game. Okay. Like, I'm still crap, but at least...
Marked a location.
I don't know what you mean by remove the orange border, but there you go. Okay. Okay, this guy just left. This guy just left. He just fucked me out of it. Cool. I promise there'll be a game soon, guys. I promise there'll be an actual game I'll be casting soon. Please, sir, may I have a gun, sir? Okay, I need to turn this music off because I can't. Okay. Cool. Told you I'm bad. Hey, Timbo. How are you? Cool. I did absolutely nothing in that game. Oh, I love this game. I love this game. I love being a fucking idiot. Hey, ALR, how you getting on? Okay, so at least now I can see brighter. Okay, let's go to Mittelstein. I actually have my brightness up so I can see. Probably dropped a little bit too late or early, should I say? This guy is not following me. Why? Even though he said he was. I'm now on my own again. Got nowhere to go. Oh shit. Okay. Oh. Uh. Sorry guys, I should have this third game soon enough. Sorry about this. Oh. Waiting on the room information, guys. Waiting on the room information. Okay, don't know where this guy is gonna jump us, but let's see. Let's hope he goes here. Oh, sorry guys. I'll have this next game up soon enough. Okay. Okay, let's just go to the power plant and die. Oh, I think the room info's coming out soon, guys. Time to full sender, time to full sender. Boom. Okay, I'm going into the room. I have all the maps downloaded. Okay, let's go. Okay. I'm in the room, by the way, guys. I'm in the room. There's another game coming up soon. Look at him. I'm in the room, by the way, guys. I'm in the room. I'm in the room. I'm in the room, by the way, guys. There's a game coming up soon. Starting in 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes. So I have 3 minutes to win this game or die. Easy. Easy. Finally, we're starting soon, guys.
Welcome to the
Finally,
Ginger
we're
Club.
starting soon. 2 minutes or so. 1 to 2 minutes.
Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Ginger Club.
Ah, fuck it. Okay. Good thing is that I can end this and I can stop mirroring, because it means that I can close it, because it means that we're getting into the third game soon. And then I can show this graphic and I can actually get ready to cast. Okay. Finally, we're getting into the third game soon enough. Everybody, thank you very much for sticking with me. Thank you very much for hanging around and bearing with me on this awkward time, one could say. You're all amazing. I will do my best to make it up to you with some beautiful casting. I don't know who won the third game, but yeah. Abstract. Interesting. Woo! We are getting into it. I'm just proving to you guys that we are indeed going into game. That's all I'm doing, is just proving that we are getting into game. Thank you so much, guys, for staying with me and sticking with me. You're all amazing. You're all breathtaking. We're going into Sandhawk for the third game of the day. Lisa, it should be pretty frantic. As we look to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15 teams. Okay, I don't know who team 18 is, but oh, it's Romanian squad. There you go, Romanian squad. Sorry, Romanian squad. Okay, so cool. Look at this, guys. Look at all the beautiful people ready to fight for their lives in Sandhawk. Where's the plane going to be? How's it gonna go down? Let's go into this game. Welcome to the jungle. We've got fun and games. We've got everything you want. But do you know the name? The name is indeed Zenith Pro EU PUBG Mobile Scrims. These are the EU PMCO scrims, game 3 in Sandhawk. Playing path going from east to west, relatively down south. But we know that Sandhawk is the kind of map where you can get across the board, no matter what the playing path is, bar it's massively in one area, massively in one direction. Excited to see. We should have a red reserve drop down by Sam Me, or have they changed your drop spots? That's something no, it seems like they haven't, but Team 14 could be dropping down with them, so I'm kind of curious. Not Team 14, but Team is it Team 3? Yeah, Universe. Okay, so Kailas is dropping a little bit further back. So I'm kind of curious as to where. God Center and Boot Camp. We have 2 to 3 teams in possibly Paradise Resort between the Noisy Boys and Team Fire. Gun is on the outskirts, but definitely want to keep an eye on this early fight between the side of the Universe and Red Reserve. It is right now full squad of Universe against 3-man team of Red Reserve, because Kailas is further back. Team Dope are in Camp Alpha with Bazzi up on the mountains. Lackanoster Power down south. Scrim Farm in ruins. Then on the east you have the side of Team 16, which would be my loot. Down by K with a Romanian squad actually spread between the south of Painan. So that's something that they could find themselves, yeah, with like I feel like it's always incredibly risky split dropping in Sandhawk. Because it's such a small map that you can get shot from multiple angles at any time in the early game, really. So I definitely think that was a poor drop from Romanian squad,
and welcome to
and they're kind of paying the price. But right now, Red Reserve and Universe are keeping to themselves. Will Kailas look to join up with the Red Reserve? squad in the next couple of minutes. We'll have to wait to find out, as Gaijin is able to get a nice kill onto a member of Clay Alpha, which is pretty good stuff for them. 1 kill on the board. Clay Alpha once again kind of split dropping. Sensei will have to be aware of that. He's prone down right now. It was Hard Boy that went down. Oh, he's going to see. He's going to wait for Mishi to get up on towards the top of the rock. Biding his time. Waiting for the proper moment. Mishi has no idea that Sensei is there. No idea. Of course, he is also allowing the rest of his team to wrap around because he has that information. So he could be actually baiting Mishi out into the open. But you gotta be a little bit careful because it is 1v1 for now. The footsteps will be heard. Surely, Mishi, you gotta be... Come on, Mishi. You should have heard those footsteps. Nice shots by Tanic to get the kill confirmed onto Mishi. That was definitely a little bit poor from Mishi, I feel. Definitely a little bit poor. So phase 1 circle is relatively down south. Northwest Island isn't really in play. So it's going to be between the mainland and Southwest Island. Of course, phase 2 could shift up north. We'll have to, of course, wait and find that out. The Noisy Boys disengage away from Paradise Resort relatively quickly, which makes sense considering the circle, but even just to avoid an early game team fight, when they move down south, there's a higher chance they can take control of a more central part of the circle, which is quite valuable, as Godsent disengage away from boot camp nice and early. I like how quickly teams are moving away from their drop spots, bar Red Reserve and Universe, which of course we could find them clashing against each other. Both teams have taken shots at each other, Frost taking a bit of damage along with Elod. Error and Elod, I know they've played together quite a bit. Kailas is inside the building, has a nice potential bit of information onto Elod and Gold Touch, but because he's on his own, he's going to have to be very careful with the angle position. I would like to see Victor join up with Kailas, or they're in a little bit of a 2-2. I know Victor is on top of the roofs for now, which is a very nice angle to hold on to because it's high ground. Even though it is exposed out in the open, you get a lot more information. We see it being used in Vikendi quite a lot, and when it's used in Sanhok, at the right moment, it can really set your team up for that nice engagement. Let's keep an eye on how these teams are rotating, because like I said, I tried to give a bit of a scope in the early game. Romanian squad get a little bit of a revenge initially onto members of Team 17, which is a Team Push, along with Dope firing shots off on towards Team 12, which is a TSC Legends. Fire Team waiting to move out of Paradise Resort for now, along with Gunnar on the north. Those two teams choosing to rotate relatively early. Be My Loot, still up as a full squad, but Bobby is separated from the rest of his team. He's being aware because of the fact that he's on his own. Kaji is across the river. That should give a lot of information for Bobby to in some way join up with the rest of his squad relatively soon, with the Noisy Boys getting quite a bit closer to Gaijin, who are taking pressure themselves. Let's see what's going on. Jays, what? Okay, I don't get why you're in the scooter. It's definitely a bit risky, but at least is allowing him to get to his teammate to get the revive off. Clay Alpha further back. Elod onto Kailas. That knockdown come down onto Samni. Sedwick is on the high ground overlooking Quarry. Phase 2 has centered up quite nicely. So it actually has gone up north. So the three areas of Sanhok are still in play. I've been proven somewhat wrong. Ked finds Sedwick, and that's where the third party is so valuable, with the Noisy Boys pushing on in as a full squad. Shots have been fired. Agon takes a little bit of damage from Clay Alpha, but the high ground out in the open is At least gonna allow the Noisy Boys to get healed up quite nicely. With Ked pushing back along with Rogue Savage X. Follow suit. Well, I want to see what's going on in this fight between Red Reserve and Universe. It seems like Red Reserve have been pushed out of Samney, which kind of makes sense, but they did lose a player. Sanhok, it's not too bad because it's the kind of map where you can get a solid result as a 1, 2, even 3-man team, but it's still not something I like to see from a team like Red Reserve where, you know, they have a habit of losing a player early on and that hurts them because they're the kind of team where even though Victor is incredibly powerful as an individual player, I just feel like they perform at their best in the late stages of a game when they're a full squad. Scrim Farm, talking about full squads, they're still up as a full squad on the north side of Painan. They're going to have Gaijian getting pretty close to them. All the while in the feed, we have the fight between Romanian squad and Be My Loot, which Chris knocked down. It leaves just one player that's standing. That's Killer. Bobby, of course, bleeding out, is going to lose his life. That was something that he sacrificed himself, you could say, for the good of the team. Traded a knock. Pretty much traded a kill. Leaves the Romanian squad with one player left standing. Blue Zone's closing in. Team Dope have yet to commit from outside the Northwest Island, which I think is very, very interesting. Not even choosing to send a player across towards boot camp. I do like the position from Unari and Lacanostra having that scout on the Trifecta Island. I know he took a bit of damage, I believe, from Godsent, who hold on to that high ground overlooking boot camp, Painan, and other areas of the map, which is a really nice area. Of course, it can be hard to hold it down, but when you set yourself up nicely the way Godsent having that 2-2 split with 2 looking up north and 2 looking down south, it's really gonna help them, right? The fact that phase 2 did shift up north and a lot of teams had chose to go for a bit of a southerly push on their rotation will help Godsent for now. Mario from Team Push, surrounded by the members of Clay Alpha. Sensei on the side of the building. Mario disengages away. Sensei actually chooses to be proning down behind that building. Shots are being fired, but nothing really connecting onto Mario. I'm a little bit surprised that Clay Alpha weren't able to get that. CLW was taken down by Team Push, but up the hill Mario goes. He might get stabbed in the back. But really, yeah, Clay Alpha being quite passive, considering they're outside the circle. Phase 3 did once again go up north, so still the 3 areas of Sanhok are in play. Lacanostra Power are on the Trifecta. I would recommend, if you can, to send one player into the small buildings across the river, because if the next phase goes up, it could favor them. Be My Loot being somewhat effective, but taking their time now to get in the circle. They've allowed Red Reserve to get into the circle from the east side of Painan. Of course, the Noisy Boys are on the west side of Painan. Well, yeah, the west side, yeah, and then northwest, should I say, and then Red Reserve on the northeast. Frost pushing forward. I don't know if they have any real idea that there is a squad in Painan. I don't know if they've heard those footsteps. But I think Frost has an idea, because he's not really pushing any further right now.
Thank you for the follow.
And he's choosing
welcome
prone
to
down.
the Ginger Club.
Which I think is pretty viable and makes sense. Of course, Team Pusher are coming from up the hill. They're going to get pretty close to Gaijin. Or Gaijin, who are left up as a 2-man squad. But they're prone down. Bobby's going to go inside the building. Will he get surprised? Yes, he will indeed. Jay will get the knockdown. he'll get the confirmed kill. Surprise, mother trucker. You gotta be careful where you go with the snakes of Sandhawk, guys. Team push pays the price. Also have in the distance, shots are being fired between the side of Gun and Clay. Clay holding on. They're going to be put down to just one player. Sensei left standing. Yeah, we're getting third partied, I believe, by somewhat Gun. And then you also have Frost and Red Reserve being taken down by Be My Loot. So the Noisy Boys camping Clay and Gun right now. With 3 teams inside Painan. This is going to get pretty heated. Scrim Farm, yet to really take the shots, so they could third party one of these teams right now. Frost got revived up. Kaji has gone behind the wall. It's pretty nice position coming out from him as he pushes his way inside that building. Yes, to find Frost gets knocked near enough by him from behind. You didn't check your angles, and he paid the price. But Sultan comes in swinging, and he's able to get the confirmed kill onto the members of Red Reserve. Calissa's knocked down. Victor is now left on his own inside the other building. Smoke is being thrown out. It was nice by Frost, but Calista couldn't follow suit. And now Be My Lou's being able to get the revive onto Kaji. The heal up has come through. And Scrim Farm's still waiting and biding their time to in some way strike onto any of these two teams. Agon onto Gun on the east side of this map right now. The circle shifted up north. Gun has Mamula knocked down. Still up as pretty much a full squad if they can get the revive off. But as the M4 is peeking its way through, Rolls gets a kill confirmed onto Mamula. It's good stuff. Zanya has to be careful. Once again, these teams are outside the circle, but so are the Noisy Boys. It's gone towards boot camp. This is interesting. It could be a boot camp finish. Be My Loot onto Scrim Farm from behind, taking down Lanu. Like, I don't get why Scrim Farm stayed in Painan for so long without fighting and then disengaged too late and paid the price by getting taken down from behind. That was really poor. But now as Andy from Be My Loot pushes himself forward. Looking for the members of Gaijin who are able to take down a member of Team Push earlier on. Molotovs gets thrown out. Not connect. So you have Team Push, Gaijin, and Be My Loot. Gaijin! Jay getting knocked down onto Sultan. Jay's been core for Gaijin staying alive in this game for so far. Kill confirmed. Considering Andy had an idea that there's players inside that building, I don't get why Sultan moved out in the open like that. Ked onto Disvi. From outside, going down the hill, Universe go. That's not looking too good for them. The Noisy Boys being able to just strike up the hill, looking for Elod. Gonna be able to find him with the M4 and that six scope spray coming through. Not quite connecting all those shots. Whoa! But Elod from in the blue able to clap back, but Gun from behind is able to take down Elod. Lee's just error now, the last man standing for Universe, fighting against the blue. Sanok is home to the blue, and Royx gets the final blow, and down goes the members of Universe. 11 teams left, 32 players. This is much more like it from a Sanok game, right? We're getting to the later stages of this game, and we have 11 teams and 32 players up. Godsend punishing Scrim Farm on the edge of the circle. Up the hill, Scrim Farm are trying to go, not just physically, but in metamorph. What is it? Okay, you know what? As I try to find those words, Godsend just clear out Scrim Farm just like that. 4 kills for Godsend, guys, as they look to make their way into the circle with Marley pushing on forward ahead of him. It has gone outside of boot camp, but the shots across the hill by Pecco towards the Noisy Boys. Inari gets found from that Gnosser power. Godsend just taking a number of fights all around them. The Noisy Boys choosing to go downhill on the northeast outside the circle, but they're going to have to make their way across the road into boot camp. Team Dope, who took their time to make their way across, will be able to find Pecco. Nice shots by her. Will take advantage of inside the circle coastal line as Ked is separated from the rest of his team. But of course, with that member of Godsend down, that could give an opening for Ked to find the shots on towards Pyrex. Blue zone's closing in. Pyrex is going down the hill, moving his way down. Will Ked be able to find it? Pyrex is able to find Victor. 5 teams left. Lacanostra Power get taken down. Pyrex is going to get shot in the back. But Ked gets dropped by Marley. The return fire. Actually from Reeves as it happens. Great teamwork. At least. As Reeves found the shots from the side to take down Ked. Ked didn't have all the information and paid the price. The Noisy Boys made their way into boot camp along with Team Fire from the north. Team Dope are now outside the circle. Down the hill, the circle will be shifting in the favor of Godsend as we are down to 4 teams. I don't get why Pyrex is looking in that direction exactly. Maybe he thinks there's another member of Noisy Boys, right? So it's just being aware that even though the blue zone is doing a ton of damage, you can never be quite sure. Right in between Dope and Godsend is that valley where there's a couple of rocks and trees to play for. It's inside the circle. No team is in there right now. Shots are being fired by the Noisy Boys onto the members of Godsend. Godsend have got to wrap down that hill so they're avoided by the Noisy Boys. But if they do it too late, they're going to get punished by Team Dope because Team Dope have moved their way closer towards the edge of the circle downhill, which is pretty solid at this late stage of the game. The Noisy Boys onto Team Fire. Barracuda is now the last player standing. The Noisy Boys pushing their way up. Finds Agon. Barracuda's going to get returned by Royals. And the swipe goes through. The team fight has been coming down. Savage X along with the blue gets the shots on towards the members of Godsend. 3 teams left. Team Dope being able to put pressure onto Godsend along with the Noisy Boys. The circle favors the side of Team Dope in phase 7. Godsend still trying to hold on. Marley gets dropped by Team Dope. That leaves Riza standing behind a tree. Like I said, they left it too late to move down the hill and they allowed Team Dope to get into that prominent position inside the circle. They should have had an idea that there was going to be at least one squad in boot camp. So by wrapping down a little bit more quickly, they would have been able to punish Team Dope sooner. But the advantage is in the favor of Team Dope. They're up as a 3-man squad. It's 3v2v1. Savage X is damaged. Ruggs is taking her from the blue zone. Gets knocked by Reeves. Reeves takes a bit of an opportunistic play as he pushes down by the side of the rock. I think he's somewhat protected by the members of Team Dope. But Team Dope are playing passive. Ruggs gets knocked. He gets confirmed. That's going to be the end of the Noisy Boys as we come down to this 3v1. Reeves just becomes too much. And Slobos and Team Dope gets the chicken dinner. That's going to be that nice play from the northeastern island. The circle consistently shifted up north. I didn't think it was going to go so heavily up north, but Dope took their time, went their way across onto the mainland, took that coastal line position. They also reacted pretty well to those circles, just punishing the likes of Godsend for moving down the hill. The Noisy Boys had a nice wrap around from the side of the hill into boot camp, took down the side of Team Fire, but it became too much when Reeves of Godsend helped to get the finishing shots on towards the Noisy Boys. But Team Dope coming out on top in game 3 with 10 kills. A nice game. Yeah, it's 10 kills. 3 and 2 is 5, 5 and 2 is 7. 8 kills, sorry. 8 kills, my apologies. But either way, a good game from Team Dope. Godsend coming in second with 11 kills. A really nicely high kill game. They position themselves fantastically from the offset, rotating out of boot camp fairly quickly. It was boot camp, if I'm not mistaken. Was it boot camp or was it Paradise Resort? Either way, yeah, it was boot camp because it was the Noisy Boys that landed in Paradise Resort. Indeed. And they positioned themselves really nicely on that hill, had that 2-2 split. And they pushed on from there. The Noisy Boys finishing in third, getting 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kills for them. Team Fire in fourth, only getting 2 kills. Gaijin holding on for 5th. They were under a bit of pressure as well, losing a player or two early on, but holding out for 5th with 3 kills was a really solid result for them. La Nostra power in 6th with 0 kills. Good placement results, but at that placement position, you need to have 4, 5, 6 kills to perk yourself up. Okay. Bixby. Red Reserve in 7th. Lackluster, 1 kill for them. Decided Gun in 8th with 5 kills. Not bad for them. Decent kills coming in from the east. Outside Quarry, at least it helps perk up their placement result. Team Push in 9th with 1 kill. Clay Alpha in 10th with 1 kill. Scrim Farm in 11th with 0 kills. Honestly, it was their late rotations that punished Scrim Farm in my eyes. Coming out of Painan, they could easily have third-partied against BML and Red Reserve, or they could have moved out earlier on, but instead they moved out late. They got punished by Be My Loot from behind, and then they got punished, I believe, by Godsend up ahead, and that's just, not getting the rotation right, and that's something they need to learn from. Universe in 12th getting 2 kills. Be My Loot in 13th with 6 kills, which is good considering their placement result. TSC in 14th with 0 kills. And 15th was Romanian squad with 2 kills. So I am going to get into game 4, the room for game 4, as I look to switch over the scene, so you guys can have an idea. But yeah, definitely a good game 3 over on Sandhawk. I really like that. I'm sure I missed a couple of really nice things, but streaming and or should I say casting and controlling the camera has always been a little bit tricky for me, so I'm sorry if I did miss anything from that point of view. I am going to go for a little bit of a break to give myself a bit of a rest, so to speak. But yeah, on that note, thank you very much for tuning in. I'll be back in a couple of minutes for the last game of the day. I can confirm I am in the room. Let's go. Well, hello, welcome back, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting into the last game of the day, which is going over to Miramar. Miramar on the wall. Who's gonna get the chicken dinner in this game at all? Okay. Let's get into this game. Playing path, relatively central, going from east to west. It is going to be a little bit harder if you want to grab hold of Chumas area. You might have to drop a bit early and maybe get a vehicle around here. Getting to Minas Generalis, which I know is kind of popular, is going to be fine. And Pala is going to be good. Porto Paraiso, which is often liked by some of these teams, might just be accessible. Alhaza, of course, on point. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what these teams pull out of the bag in Miramar. Starting with 14 teams, 55 players. Unfortunately, don't have 15 or 16 teams in this game, which is a little bit of a shame. But it is what it is. Cannot do anything about that. Universe in El Azahar. Seems like Team Fire are looking to head towards Los Iones. Red Reserve, as usual in Impala. It's their normal drop spot. Looking forward to see where this phase 1 circle goes. Is that Scrim Farm? Along with Gajin. Scrim Farm seems to be heading towards Picado. Just moving this up. Northwest Circle on phase 1. Craterfield's right in the middle. Now, if you're going to be solid on your positioning for phase 2 and onwards, in my eyes, it has to be this high ground here and the high grounds around Craterfields. Romanian squad, loot up El Pozo, move in. Clay Alpha, loot up La Cabrera, move down. The Noisy Boys, loot up towards Monte Nuevo and move up north. That's what I would fully recommend. Either that, or you can also go on to the high grounds to the west of water treatment. There's a really prominent area along with the high ground there. The high ground to the west of Hacienda isn't really that valuable, as you see Team Push getting, I think, a kill onto Alibaba La Nostra Power as GZ goes into FPS.
Thank you for the follow and welcome to the
FPP, first person perspective. Team Push are behind the two crates. Elisio. Gonna look for Inari. Inari's gonna find himself coming in with the bike. Provide support for his team, who are down to 3. With Sportsman behind a dumper truck. And Bobby and Mario inside the warehouse. Elicio's on the side of the stairs. That's a bit of an exposed position, Elisio. A little bit risky. Little bit risky. With Mario behind the warehouse, that's going to be good. It's 3v3 for now, because Team Push only started with 3 players. Do you see on the kill feed, Good and Dope are engaging onto each other. That's okay, so it was just we see a member of Gun, I think had gone up north towards ruins and got caught out by Dope, but not before taking a member of Dope out. I think that's what happened. Oh, the side of Team Pusher coming in as a 3-man team. How will Lackanoster Power deal with that? Ornari's in the back line. So it's pretty much 2v3 right now in this fight as Team Push make their way in towards the building. Jeezy's on the side, on the outside. Takes a couple of shots. He does it as a first aid, but he doesn't really want to use it unless it's really needed. Elicio's up on the roof towards the area. Jumps down. Is able to get knocked down onto Mario. Nice play by Elicio. But then in return, shots coming through. It's going to get knocked down onto Jeezy. And then Elicio. Elicio's now going to be the last player standing for his side. Oh no, first shot being fired through. But he comes in. He gets the squad wipe. Elicio saving the day for Lackanoster Power. Turn swiped with the UMP. What a wild play by Elicio. Full on 12 out of 10. Saved the day for his team in the early parts of this Miramar game. Nice stuff from Lackanoster Power. Nice stuff indeed. So let's see where these teams are spread up. The Noisy Boys coming in from the south side. Jaja from Scrim Farm doing a bit of scouting. He's in a buggy. He's out in the open. I think he has an idea where the Noisy Boys are, so that's why he's going to look to try and head toward. And coming from Mikado, you can easily overtake the high ground overlooking power grid, right? So you're able to kind of, you know, get that information. Whereas where Jaja is right now, you're not really getting that much, but I think he's just doing a bit of looting. And looting and booting and shooting as the Noisy Boys are pushing their way up forward. Red Reserve are choosing to go sweeping down on the west coast, which honestly I don't get this rotation. I really don't. It's long. It's wild. Yeah, okay. It kind of makes sense, but one, they're wasting a lot of time rotating. Two, they're not really getting information because they're not in the circle. And two, you know, and three, I kind of wonder what they're gaining. Interesting. We'll have to wait to find out. I can respect a wild rotation. I can respect a long rotation, but unless there's yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I'll reserve judgment to see what happens. I like the fact that Clay Alpha moved down from La Cabrera kind of early enough to get on towards the north side of Crater Fields, but they got to wrap around and come in from the south of Crater Fields to get that information onto teams towards El Pozo and Hacienda / water treatment. And it seems like they're doing that. The Noisy Boys have moved in towards the north outskirts of Monte Nuevo, which is great because look at this. They're getting a lot of information right now. Outside of El Pozo, the fields of El Pozo, and of course Romanian squad who are still inside El Pozo. The side of Gun and Dope, Gun should know that Dope are around this area. They should know they're relatively around this area. So it's something that Gun should be threading with caution on the rotation. I thought Gun had lost a player, but it was actually as well as Team Dope, but it was just Team Dope. So that's gonna leave Team Dope with a 3-man team. But they're going right in from the ruins in towards the Crater Fields area, the north of El Pozo. It's a nice rotation for them. Yeah, Red Reserve going forward. That's where I thought Red Reserve might go, coming in from the north of Valdemar, maybe wrap around. Again, I gotta wonder, what's really the benefit? We'll have to wait to find out. Be My Loot, coming in from Toria Almada, a little bit of a similar hard rotation up north, though. Godsend. They've come on towards the high ground, which is one of the key areas that that I mentioned was going to be pretty good, along with Scrim Farm, who are doing what I also recommended relatively towards a high ground overlooking. Of course, we'll be shot up towards by members of Godsend, which is risky, but he should be able to keep on going. Of course, he has now lost his vehicle, and that's where Godsend moving into that position a little bit earlier. Although, look at that, Navy has been gifted. It's like, oh, you take one vehicle out? Yeah, I have another one. But that's fine. That's giving a lot of information to Scrim Farm. They can now possibly try to push back the members of Godsend, which is, I think, what they're kind of trying to do. Yeah, it's what they're trying to do. And then, of course, they want to protect their vehicles relatively safely. The Noisy Boys are opting for a bit more of a south side position right now, rather than opting to go towards the north of El Pozo. Be my loot. You have to really get into this circle as a squad, which I think is something that, you know, if you have 15, 16 teams in the lobby at this stage of the game, could be more punishable. Because I feel like with 2 or 3 more squads, you would have a couple of them coming up north rather than, you know, more landmass availability in this kind of scrim. Phase 2 centers up quite nicely. Hacienda San Martin still in play along with Crater Fields. This is a really nice circle shift for pretty much all the teams. Not so good for Red Reserve, but I don't want to say, you know, it's their own fault, but when they go from far east to far west, you know, they could easily have gotten a middle ground rotation into the circle. Either way, they'll have to still make their way in. Scrim Farm up the hills in towards Crater Fields, which is great. As Team Dope connect onto Gun. That's nice. Nice play by the members of Team Dope. That's where getting into a high ground position is just so much more valuable in the early parts of the game. You're able to push teams back. Team Dope now have a nice little bit of space. They're still inside the circle. They're able to shoot towards this side of Gun. And Gun, it's not that they'll probably get more casualties, but they're pinched on the edge of the circle. Red Reserve are coming in kind of from behind. They might hear those shots being fired up. But of course, the vehicles will be heard before the guns. Yeah, that's where Outro's heard. Has definitely heard those vehicles, so he's taking shots towards Red Reserve. So Red Reserve will be pushed a little bit more up north. They're actually going to head towards Trailer Park. They might be able to come in from Le Cabriere and actually going towards north of Crater Fields. The position by Godsend is great because it's pretty much center of circle. And the way they have themselves spread out as kind of a 1-1-1-1, but not too far apart from each other, it means that they're constantly getting information as the game goes on. They're constantly kind of, you know, being able to see any pixels out of place, and that's really good for them. The Noisy Boys yet to really shift away from their position that they had in phase 1. There's a lot of space in between San Martin and Power Grid, which Team Fire can definitely benefit from. Romanian squad could have some angles onto Team Fire if Team Fire move into that position, because if you look at Hoppa 7, who I've known play in the previous PMCO, I forget exactly what team, but he is a decent player. Lacanostra Power choosing to still be relatively inside the circle, but still out of trouble for now. This is quite a passive Miramar game, mainly because it's Miramar, but also because we only have 13 teams and 49 players. Yeah, Red Reserve just sweeping. Like, you gotta think, Red Reserve started in Impala. They're up all the way down the south, came in from the west, got shot a little bit by gun, so they went around Trailer Park, and now they're coming in the north of Le Cabriere area. If that isn't a rotation, I don't know what is. Of course, let's see if it benefits them. As you see, Gun disengaging away from their position, leaving Zaniel where he is, because I don't think he has a vehicle, which I don't think is, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's not the worst thing in the world, but definitely Could see a few more fights happening between Universe and Be My Loot from a distance, along with Lack of Nostra Power coming in possibly to get a couple of shots onto Universe. Godsend from behind. Might see them punishing Universe. You can see Pekko with the M24. Shot not quite connecting. All the while, Abstract is Scrim Farm. And that's going to be Gold Touch knocked down by Pekka. I wasn't sure if that had connected, but there had been somebody else in the kill feed getting there before me. That's where the great rotation for Scrim Farm has really benefited them, because it's been a little bit more proactive. The Noisy Boys could easily have gotten there before Scrim Farm, but the Noisy Boys were a little bit too slow on the reaction of phase 2 and hung around a little bit too much. And I'm not saying they've paid the price, but they've lost Kate, which is a huge powerhouse for their side in any game. I don't think no, Gold Touch wasn't confirmed, but that's fine. Once again, that's okay from Godsend, because it creates that space. Blue Zone is about to finish closing through. Frost is still inside or outside the circle towards the Blue Zone, as the rest of his side now come in from the north of Crater Fields. That's going to be good for them. They could have a great position depending on the next phase. It'd be crazy. Okay, center's up nicely, shifting up a bit north. Crater Fields in play, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, things are about to get hot and heated as the fight for Crater Fields will kick off. You still have the high ground, which is to the north of Be My Loot. Lack of Nostra Power, if they have any kind of indication, they can sweep up there, but I don't know how sure they are, and it seems like they could be going for that. Really nice reaction if they can get that rotation off in due time. Red Reserve knowing that they now have a strong position towards the central area of the circle. It's towards the north of Crater Fields. It's a great dip area to hold on to, because they're able to look inside Crater Fields, and because they've took very little damage, they would have a fair bit of utility. They will have a fair bit of meds. So preparation for late game is strong from Red Reserve, as Gun are going to basically, yeah, they're going to get really punished by Dope. Outro gets knocked down. You also have the Noisy Boys, Scrim Farm. Outro gets confirmed by Bazzy. It's going to leave Herb pretty much on his own along with Daniel across the way, but they're pretty separated from each other. Plus Agon is right close by to Daniel. Team Dope might get punished by the Noisy Boys though. Shots are being fired. Royals gets a knockdown and confirmation onto Frag. How will Bazzy respond? At least Harb was able to get away, but he's in the fields. Up the Noisy Boys push. They're outside the circle. Bazzy is protecting the edge of that as the smokes are being flying through. Rogue should be aware of that. Bazzy is going down the hill. You don't go down the hill at this stage of the game. But at least Bazzy is able to fire up. He gets knocked down by Savage X. You knew there's players from the Noisy Boys. You were inside the circle. Why did you try to go downhill? Poor decision by Bazzy. I know he was on his own, but you could easily have caught out the members of the Noisy Boys, if anything. Team Fire onto Savage. But Savage X should be able to get revived up. Agon is still on his own. He has that player of Team 15, which is Gun. Really close by. Now Team Fire are going to come in on the edge of the circle from the south side. Shots are being fired by Scrim Farm. Herb gets a knockdown onto Titan. Herb's able to get some good work done. Stop the push from Team Fire dead in their tracks. Savage X, I don't know if they're going to look to join up with Agon. I don't think they will. No, they won't, because they have to try and find a way into the circle from their side. Scrim Farm sitting pretty on top of the hill. I'm a little bit surprised that they've only got one kill, though. At least they're creating a lot of space. Although with Jaja being sent inside Crater Fields, that's great thinking from Scrim Farm. Universe and Clay Alpha pushing onto each other. Taking shots from a distance. You do have that one player left as I look to try and render up from, yeah, up the hill from a Universe. It's going to be Dizzy on his own. They're still up as a full squad, but he's further away from the rest of his team. As they try and go uphill, that's why he's looking to try and cook up those smokes. The next phase has gone towards the west, right in towards Crater Fields as God Center outside the circle, but they're at least going to get a couple of kills for their troubles. Gaijin, Adabo was knocked down, so I'll be able to get connected on. Peko trying to find the shots on towards the Romanian squad. I think as a Romanian squad have Universe 7 to the north of them. You have Red Reserve still up as a full squad towards the north of Crater Fields. Dope. Harb, the last player standing from his side, is inside the circle. That position by Jaja could really be strong. And Laka Nostra Power now coming in to try and get the shots on towards Be My Loot. As Inari drives in. Let's see if this render comes through. Sultan swinging his way across those buildings. Inari's on his own. Yuka from Clay Alpha trying to just avoid all the action. So Safarli was knocked down. Agon is able to take down Titan, but Tamko knocks down Agon. As Reeves will confirm that kill onto Adabo. Alicia was knocked down, but Jeezy is able to take down Yunka. And then Red Reserve are going to look to try and take down the remaining players of Clay Alpha down the hill in amongst the smokes. Just Tanik left standing. Tanik, will he be found? No, will he be found? He's got to be found. Tanik knocks down Victor, but Frost finds Tanik. It was in amongst the smokes. It was wild. It was hairy. It was scary. But Red Reserve closed it out. 3 kills. They're going to be able to get the revive onto Victor. Universe, avoid it all. Avoid Romanian squad and push in to the center of Crater Fields. It's a bold push by Universe, but with gold touch in the back line, you're able to communicate that information to the rest of his team. So that's really good split up coming through. Laka Nostra Power go down at the hands of Be My Loot. It was risky not pushing it as a full squad. Team Fire will go down with just Titan left standing. But the Noisy Boys might be able to take down the last remaining player. Yes, they will. Rooks onto Fire. That's going to be the end of them. But of course, there's still Herbs of Gun. The circle shifts in towards Crater Fields, and that's where Scrim Farm, having Jaja already in there, is just the security of saying, hey, move in, my friends. There's plenty of space. There's plenty of room here inside Crater Fields. Universe will have heard those vehicles. Error is able to knock down Abstract. He's going to get able to knock down Navy. Great play by Universe. Surprise attack onto their neighbors as a grenade might be flown out by Universe. Gold Touch was taken down, but that's okay. That was the risk when you split up in a 3-1 at this late stage of the game. At least Universe know that Romanian squad are on top of the hill behind them. And that's where they do have one of the players looking up. They haven't been able to get 2 of those kills. It was just Navy that was confirmed. Aztec got healed up. Red Reserve sticking on towards the north side of this crater field, up on towards the high ground. Dope. Have Harb left standing still in. Be My Loot coming in from the east side. Have Red Reserve in front of them. Up north. Then down south you have Romanian squad close by. Romanian squad are indeed still a full squad, but RA is kind of further away as Universe is going to try and shoot down and shoot up towards the members of a Romanian squad as they push their way down the hill. DC finds Chris. That was always going to be a risk for a Romanian squad. At least they've been able to have Killer and Hop at 7. Go down this hill. Sultan has been able to find his way into the circle, but it's not going to be too easy as he still pushes his way in with the buggy. This is very risky as he just pushes his way down towards a deep dive area, Crater Fields. Godsend pushing in. Godsend trying to hold on. Gonna get the revive onto Marley as grenades are flying through from the Noisy Boys. Scrim Farm close by. Noisy Boys in another area as the blue zone is gonna close up. The circle favors inside Crater Fields. Victor with the Mini 14 to knock down RA. Pyrex gets taken down by the blue zone. That was always going to be inevitable. Bobby from the blue zone as well. Kaylas gets knocked down from error. That's going to leave Red Reserve with just 2 players up. If you can get the revives off, they're going to be sitting a little bit better as the smoke is going to be thrown out by Callista. They have to find their way down the hill as Universe has done so much to protect and push back teams around them. So they have that southern tip of the circle. But Calamos pushes himself off. Sultan onto Royux. Royux is going to get knocked down. Will he get confirmed? It's just going to be Savage X left standing. Sultan making that push in. He held onto that low ground. And he was able to take advantage to confirm Royux. 7 teams left. 17 players up. Godsend still in this. Scrim Farm still holding on as a 3-man team. Universe have 3 players up. Romanian squad have been able to come down the hill from the eastern side to keep on going as a 2-man team. Red Reserve have been able to utilize that wall to push down the hill, make their way into the circle. Luckily, it's only Harp from Team Dope left standing in front of them, so they haven't had to really worry too much. And because Sultan is down the bottom of the crater, he hasn't been able to spot Red Reserve. Red Reserve is able to take down the side of Team Dope. Judge on to Reese. Reese is knocked down. Pecco and Marley now trying to hold on. Pecco on the side. Calamos knocks down Calamos. Takes himself out as Abstract concerns a kill onto Reese. Abstract trying to look for Marley. Marley facing down from the blue zone. They take each other out. Knockdown for knockdown. As Pecco is now going to be last player standing for Godsend. Universe third-partying this like the bosses that they are. Marley trying to crawl to his teammate. Jaja still in this game for Scrim Farm. As Calamos was knocked down inside that little hole. Red Reserve on the north side. They have to try and make their way into the circle. You do have Pecco of Godsend along with Calamos. The circle did favor Universe, but Universe have got to take down Romanian squad. If they can take down Romanian squad behind them, this will be them in a prime position to get this game. But Jaja gets a knockdown on the error. Jaja will have to find his way out of this area to find a way into the circle. Red Reserve are still a full squad. Remember what I said. The sweeping rotation as Killer gets a knockdown onto Elod. Now's the time to strike for Romanian squad as they make their way down the hill on towards the side of the building. Hopper 7 pushes his way forward. He's going to shoot up. He has a Groza. Grenade being cooked up. Universe have got to hold on for dear life. They're going to have to let Elod down on his knees as they hold on to the warehouse with Error and Dissy. Sultan gets a kill onto Callista, but Red Reserve are able to turn and clap back to take down the last remaining player. With Sultan being taken out, Killer, Hopper 7 still holding on. Killer gets a knockdown onto Elod. He's fighting against the blue. The circle goes on phase 8 in the favor of these teams inside the warehouse. Red Reserve still holding on. 3 teams left in this game. Romanian squad, Universe, and Red Reserve. Elod was revived up. Universe have still been able to hold on as a 3-man team. They're still in this game. They pushed into Crater Field relatively early in this game, but not too early. They pushed on towards this compound into these warehouses at a time when they felt it was right to strike, and they've been able to benefit for it. But Romanian squad have had a valiant effort inside this game. Hopper 7 taking a good bit of chunk of damage. Frost could find the angle on towards Killer, using that little dip of the hill to get any kind of information But Killer able to get a knockdown onto Dissy. That's going to be Hoppa 7 confirming their kill. Elog gets a knockdown onto Hoppa 7. Error onto Kaylath. Universe taking 2 fights at once as Kaylath is knocked down. Victor in amongst the gas cans. Pushing his way now behind the vehicle. Gets a knockdown onto Elog. Blue Zone's closing in. Error has to find a way through. But he's going to get taken down by the Blue Zone. Killer's going to be down. That's going to be the chicken dinner in Miramar for Red Reserve. I was wondering about the hard sweep. It was crazy. Going all the way from the east, down south, all the way to the west, then up towards the northwest, and coming in from the north. But by God, did they make it work. Like I said, because they avoided a lot of team fights in the first 10 to 15 games, they didn't have to worry about having that many meds, that much utility. They were pretty well stocked up for looting and Pala. But they still held on to their position, right? At one point, they were down the hill of Crater Fields, taking on Alpha Clay. They wiped them out. It meant that they had the security of moving up the hill into Crater Fields. And they could have been punished by going down the hill. But because a lot of the action was down the south side of those circles, they just had the right time, the right space to move in them behind the wall. And then, of course, they close out with the chicken dinner in the end. Getting 10 kills as well, which is a good amount of kills for a chicken dinner game. Romanian squad in second place. I really liked the play from Romanian squad as well. It was bold, but they rotated when they needed to, and credit where it's due. 2 kills for them. Universe in third with 4 kills. Really impressed with Universe. Full on, definitely 4 scrims at least. I know it doesn't tell the full story, but definitely impressed by Universe. Scrim Farm in fourth with 6 kills. Again, the position from Scrim Farm was valuable to their overall result. And yeah, great game by them. BML, Be My Loot in fifth with 7 kills. Once again, they're a team that are not afraid to frag out, and that's something I'm observing. Godsend in 6th with 4 kills. Team Dope in 7th. Fair play to Harb. He made a push in the north. He was last player standing for his side, and he got him up to 7th. So credit where it's due. The Noisy Boys in 8th. The only reason why the Noisy Boys finished in 8th, because they were too slow to react from the outside of not Monte Nuevo. Yeah, Monte Nuevo. They were too slow to react from the circle shift when they were on the north of Monte Nuevo, and they lost their position, and they were put under a lot of pressure then from a couple of teams, including Scrim Farm, including Team Dope. Don't get wrong, they still got kills, but it hurt their late stage of the game, right? It hurt their ability to get into the final circles, and they got taken out. 9th was Gun with 1 kill. 10th was Team Fire with 2 kills, and 11th was Lack of Nostra Power with 4 kills. I like their rotation from the west end up towards the northwest, that hill that I did recommend, but it felt like when they did move in on towards Be My Loot, it wasn't really as a full squad, and that's something that you have to do. You have to be able to execute those pushes pretty much as a full squad, especially when they did lose a player early on. Gaijin finished in 12th with 0 kills. Clay Alpha in 13th with 0 kills. Team Push in 14th with 1 kill. So that was it for the Pro EU scrims. Want to thank everybody for having the patience to just having the patience. Thank you so much for being patient with me, for sticking through the troubles of game 2 and then following game 3 and 4 with me. It really means a lot. Your support and everything from the community. I will do my best to improve and evolve as I continue to stream more scrims for Pro EU and onwards. So expect more. Thank you everybody who has followed. Thank you once again to Smackalot for the subscription. Thank you to everybody who tuned in over on YouTube as well, because it was streaming over there. So if you do want, you can look back on the games, well, game 1, 3, and 4, and have a look for any of these teams if you can try and learn something. And on that note, thank you very much for tuning in. If you have any feedback for me, I'd greatly appreciate it. Have a lovely evening. Look after yourselves. And I will see you guys in another life, so to speak. Thanks, guys.